The following is a presentation of MRE Uno, Division 1.
A different type of game, a different type of environment. The number one player in the league walks up to your door. Intimidation starts to fear. A well-rested player. A man they call Bad Brad enters the building. But this is a little bit different environment. Despite the theory of 100 games, there was only one man to slay the number one player in the league last tournament. And his name is Gansgta Peter. Can Peter be the number one slayer? He took care of KT. Is he going to do it to Brad? Is he going to break hearts on that 100th game? We'll see if we go 5, but this is a big one. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Jupiter region, a classic 1-8 battle. Bad Brad, Peter Onjack, Washington versus Illinois. Going to be a good one. It starts our triple header and some big implication games today. This one, for Peter, he knows what he's got to do, right? It's win the tournament or go home. But with the number one player winning KT and the number one in Brad, if he can do it, it may not have to be the finale. Maybe a Final Four will be enough. We'll see. For Ghost and Cody, that's kind of funny. Ghost and Cody are going to be an interesting game at 5:30 back here in the Jupiter region. Cody Lamas has looked really special this tournament. The first round, he was really special, and Ghost has been a little bit rattled with Eric Monaco. Winner gets Caesar on that one. 5:30 coming up. I know Caesar will be tuned in for that. And then a guaranteed 100th game, the last game of the night. We saw what Bo did yesterday. Will William Brock strike twice and strike lightning in a bottle with another one seed, third one seed at the night playing. Nam versus Brock. What will Nam do? What will Brock do? Big night ahead. Huge night for all parties involved. A lot of implications playoff-wise. There's the Jupiter Region pod and Jupiter Region graphic thumbnail made by Zach Wells. We appreciate the legend for doing that. And now we go into this pod, and what an escape artist move from Cap yesterday. 5 cards, Game 7, absolute cojones down there. Takes the risk, gets the reward, big win. And the winner gets Cap. Do we see a Brad Cap battle? That could be insane. Looking at possible number one on the line with that. Number one overall player, Brad gets through. Or does Peter pull it upset? And man, oh man, could you imagine the gangster versus the captain of the 7? That could be insane as well. A lot of great storylines in this pod. It's already going to be an insane round next round. So many good storylines, so many good games in the action. But that's then. This is now. Let's get to now. And it's going to be, of course, our 2 players joining me today. Peter and Brad. And, of course, Caesar as ref. Let's go to Caesar real quick. Caesar, we know Brad is well rested, right? We've seen some problems with Bye Island becoming a, I guess a curse more than a blessing. We haven't really seen much success on the island, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's going to be an interesting day. We know Brad's played a lot of practice matches. Peter played the last cup, and geez, man, it was looking really good. What do you expect from Bo? We know the 100th game could be on the line. What are your expectations today? Brad has nothing to lose in the sense that he's already the number one player, but he would like to get some more rewards on the back end. feel free to type it out. And we'll start with our road team here, Peter. Peter, welcome back, my friend, to the second round. Obviously, you know what you got to do, right? You win today, it may not be a finale, but if you lose, there's no tomorrow. It's win or go home. There's nothing else to say. You've known how to beat number one players in the past. You did it against me last tournament, albeit some interesting circumstances. Now you get a more fairer shot here with the bot being cleaned up and more polished. What do you got to do to beat Brad? Brad has one of the more unique styles in the league, very composed, very, very patient. How do you take care of Brad today knowing everything's on the line, nothing to lose, everything to gain?
Well, I think what's hurt me over my entire career, and especially this year, is pushing these games late. Not controlling, handing back and forth the momentum, going to 7 games or longer in the series that have gone longer. I gotta get it done early. I have to treat every game as a must-win, especially with this tough of an opponent.
I think it's the best thing. One more thing, Peter. What did you learn? I know it was a weird, and probably one of the weirdest series you've played all year with Ard, where everybody won at home. What did you learn playing Ard? Ard plays one of the more unique styles in the league. It's not an easy style to figure out, but when you do, it's good. Did you learn some things from that game to apply to today's strategy against Brad, or do you think it's just another open book? You're going to have to learn a notebook game one.
I think patience goes a long way. I try to really work on ammo control. Sometimes it helped, sometimes it didn't. It's just really finding that balance, and hopefully I can roll it into today.
All right, well, let's go over to Brad. Brad, welcome back, my friend, off the island. Very well rested. Beach Boy Brad, Bradley Beach, whatever you want to call it. You got 2 goals in mind, man. Try to get that 100th game right, win it, and maybe cap it off, light the candle. But more importantly, you have high stakes here. You're the number one player. You want to be regular season champion. What do you got to do against Peter? Have you seen enough data to where Peter plays a little more timing? How invested are you into Peter's theory about the patience? Did you change up the style a little bit? You've been on this bot before. No card history, but what do you got to do here to lock in? We know both players will deafen. This will be a game where I don't expect much to really happen other than we're going to be deafened up and we're going to have a fun time in that regards. Just have to stick to what I've done. I have to stay patient. I can't let him rush me. Yeah, that's really all Brad can do, Caesar. I mean, that's been his MO in his career. Brad is a guy that he doesn't rush things anymore compared to the past. He doesn't try to play the lottery, let's say, compared to where he was against M and KT back in the early part of the season. He just got a little bit, I don't want to say
battery 40%.
Not hosed, but just a little bit off when it came to the game against Yepes. I just wonder what's going to be here from Brad today. Patience will be a virtue for sure. Now waiting for Caesar. Remember, winner of this game gets captain of the 7. I'm interested to see how both guys take the approach today. It's going to be a starter pack for Brad. He's going to learn the system, relearn his system too within tournament mode. We saw Tapir last night in tournament mode. He went down 7, but that was a little bit different. I think Tapir did not have the patience and the practice that takes with this bot to be successful. Brad has been here since the start in this bot, it feels like. Just waiting for Caesar. We'll get the game going. He'll be our initial ref today, initiating the calls. Remember, reminder, folks, best of 7, 1 power play. Winner of this game moves on to the best of 9, 1 power play round in the Starburst 16. Should be a good one. Brad, Peter, they may not know each other, but I will say as much. The styles could conflict as well. Brad trying not to let Peter rush him. Peter trying to play at number efficiency. Yes, there may not be no card history, and we know Peter next year is going to be lethal with that. Same with Brad. But for right now, Brad will be lethal with that. He will be in Super League no matter what. Peter trying to get there, trying to defend the old Super League title. We've only had one player officially lock in the Super League. That was myself. Yepes in a really good spot. Sanford as well, looking to become 2 and 3. Can Peter or even Brad, or Peter or even Lamas tonight, can they join and make it a 5-pack? That'd be some. Well, I don't think Brad needs to go full tilt right here. But considering the dispute for number 1 overplay in the Super League are heating up, so we'll see how the match goes, especially with Brad having like 20,000 practice games under his belt as of late. Peter's win or go home, so their approach could be different. Sometimes staying with what works could get him the win. It should be a fun. Yeah, I think Brad don't care about no number 1 player, right? He wants to get that 100 series win, join the likes of Big New. We saw Ashley do it. Now Brad, the second rookie to get that award. Now will be the 3rd. He wants to make sure he gets that rookie class. There's a lot on the line for both him Not tonight, of course, Ashley, but especially a lot more on the line for Peter. A loss, and he's going to have to watch Super League from the sidelines. That's enough for the pregame. Let's get into the action. And for that, let's go to Caesar and initiate the game. Caesar going to initiate the game. And remember, to Peter and Brad, if you guys want, you can change your name. Peter, yeah, definitely change your name, buddy. Uno name, that'd be great. Bad, you can change it to Bad Brad if you want. No problem. Just that Uno name, just put Peter or something. That'd be great, man. I didn't realize it was a geese soap. My fault. Yeah, appreciate you, brother. All right. We're good there. If you want to ping, go Uno ping. It's something you guys probably don't need. You're going to be locked in, so don't worry about that. We'll go best of 7 right here from Caesar running in. And we're going to go TI 221111. Lock and load right there. Going to be a good one right here. Peter, Brad, Washington, Illinois. Gansgta versus the Bad Man. Going to be a good battle. We saw Gansgta versus Big Boss. Now it's Gansgta versus the Bad Man. That's as pretty crazy as you can get for the number 1 players in the league this year. Latency is high. Oh, gee. Oh, no. Oh, boy. We do not need that. All right, let me check it. We have new protocol of this hat. Let me check Discord status, but still type in the stuff while you do that. Power play is good. Yep. It says 100%, so we're good on Discord. This could be a... There was some API spikes earlier in the morning, but nothing crazy, so we should be good. Yep, we're good. I don't think there's anything with Discord. We're good today. All right, we'll go TI. I think I'm just going to get it if we have to. I got it, boss. If you're a little high on your end, don't worry about it. Okay. There we go. And let's get to those most famous words while Caesar fixes the internet. Brad, welcome to game 1, buddy. What do we got? Possible 100th on the line if we get 5. Yeah, I saw that coming. Here we go. Brad goes 13 special. Yeah, see, I got it, buddy. I got it. Your latency is definitely high. We'll work on it later. Good luck, gents. Let's rock and roll. And we're underway as we wrap it up with the Brian Green 9. Now, we talk about this here. Caesar, sorry about that, man. Hopefully that gets fixed. We talk about just deafening up. I don't know if Brad will today because, remember, we don't have the card history on, and sometimes with the way this game works, you might have to hear it to believe it. So it's going to be a little bit different now with that extra layer in. I wonder. But Peter's still deafening. It don't matter. No problem, Caesar. If you got to reset it, go for it. Bad Brad switching early. Peter going to go early with the +2. So the Gansgta takes the lead. We talk about Peter Onjack. He's trying to not rush it, right? He's trying to not let Brad rush him and go all over the map. The problem is, when's the right timing? And that's an early +2 right there. Peter aggressive back to the yellow A for Mihel. From background to Mihel. Both in the D2 championship or trying to get into the championship. Yellow 4 down to A Rogers. Peter up to Alex. Now we're starting to run. Close game right here. Brad cuts it in. Goes Stingray special. Peter again with the light switching. Opens up Pandora's briefly. Brad crossover city at Ash Wild. Interesting. Brad starting to find a little pace right here. Peter's out. Brad in a good spot now. That's big for Brad. Bad Brad looking clean now. What's he going to do? Early in the game, only a wild so far at a +2. Nothing crazy on the ammo. Brad really thinking this one through, thinking and stopping. Really thinking and stomping on this Ash Wild. Really looking. There it is. Really trying to get in the zone is Brad. Peter, does he have number efficiency? That's the thing with Peter. You got to always expect number of fish. You don't got it. Brad, excellent work. Timing is everything. He's working on it. Brad nailing the deuce. The red deuce. Zach 103. Scoreboard flipper. Peter has to find some rhythm here. He made the break early. I'm interested in that. He don't got anything. Well, this is what Brad needs. Brad runs the red again. Into the Gansgta Onjack. There it is. Brad, did he cover off? He did, but a little bit different type of cover off. Into the Brock 1. We'll see Brock later. New color. Peter now. Does he play offense? +2. Gerard +2 and Alex safe bet. They're +2 up. Brad still leads. 2 possessions if he can play. Probably will. Brad, really good anticipation with the wild, but Peter had some of the... Brad wilding right now. Another Seth wild. 2 wilds for Brad. Brad wilding out. What's it going to be from Peter? He goes double green skip, looking for the trips. Brad, interesting too, because the green had not been used. And that's a huge move from Peter. He flushes the +4, at least on the very soft end of that. And now Peter in the lead, but no +4. Could have been a finish. Good job from Brad. Brad, does he have a green 6 to ISO? No, but he's going to use those +2s he had. Great work. And now Brad in the lead. Just like that. Scoreboard flipper, Brad up 6-9. The monkey combo special looking good for Brad. Great +2 saves, and now the ammo's wearing down. Already used the +2 in every single color. Brad, did he come prepared for 6 party? Comes Brad. He does. He comes prepared with the blue party instead. Peter runs the 9. And Brad doing a fantastic job. Wow. Does he have some more? We'll wait for him, Peter. Brad in the yellow. Gets to me hell. Every single time Peter's tried, Brad's had an answer, and so is Brad to Peter. Very even match. Gerard +2, Peter in the lead, just like that. Scoreboard flipper. Out of +2s in yellow. Bad Brad looking to type. Just a single play. Test him out. Gotta say right now, Caesar's not here. Been a fair game. Right? Brad had a couple +2s. Peter had some +2s. +4 was there, but that's all we've really seen. That could have been a finisher, and Brad did a good job flushing it. Peter looking for dose. Gotta think this one through as well. Brad, 10-win season for him. Peter, 4 wins, looking for 5. Here comes Peter. +4, all ammo control. And a Brad blue deuce, but it's not a finisher. Brad with another chance. That's 2 +4s for Peter. Brad, does he use the third +4? He does! And that's 3 out of the 4 gone. Peter can't finish the job. Really good game from the bot. And it's working for Brad. Bot's been distributing ammo pretty fairly here. Peter's got to respect that. So does Brad. This is what you want to see in a game. Interesting for Brad with the 2, though. Did Peter have number of fish? Did he have it? No. No, that's big for Brad. Now Brad running. And he's going to ISO. KT Classic that out a little bit. What an escape artist move from Brad. Peter to tie. He does with a +2, and it's another +2 gone in red. So now we're really losing ammo. Red +2s are gone. 3 +4s are gone. 2 wilds left. Only a green and +2, green and blue +2 remain. There's not much ammo left, so this is interesting. Brad looking to type it out. He does with the Sam for 6, just trying to get some possible switch here. He does. He gets that switch. Peter doing a great job countering back. Intense game one right here for both. They don't want to go down without a fight. You can see it. Both have had great ammo distribution. Game has been fair. That's what you'll love to see with this bot. Fair game, high stuff. Peter will have to adjust to the green now. Brad switching over. And he will get that green. Caesar's back. Caesar, great game. You haven't missed much. Really good ammo distribution from both. Both guys have been trying to play ammo control, and it's working. Almost 9 minutes into this game, too. Red 8. Peter goes into the background. We've seen background a lot. We can hear you, boss. You're good. Now, Brad, gotta think this one through. Think stop moment from Brad. Does he have the last +4? He's used 3 out of the 4 wilds, and it's a KT Classic coming in here. Is it a good move, though? Here comes Peter looking for the win. Is that Peter Onjack with some control? Peter looking for Uno to finish it off, and he gets the win right here. Peter's still, unless I'm frozen. No, I'm still good. Your turn, Peter. You're good. We're waiting for Peter to... That's weird. Okay, that's a little weird. Okay, well, I was gonna say, yeah, that was awkward. Had to lose the scoreboard there. All good. Let me just make sure we didn't. Oh yeah, we were already over 10 minutes. All right, Brad, your turn now. Brad, trying to get it back. Great move from Brad though to use that blue. Wow, he's used 3 wilds effectively. No, you're good, man. You're good. Don't worry about it. All right, double nom now. Double nom. What's it going to be from Bad Brad right here? Looking to punch his ticket to a Game 1 victor. Brad, really good wild control. Peter had all the +4s too early. Brad using what he's known all his entire Uno career so far in this league. Patience and a little bit of skills pays the bills. Nothing to finish, but he's going to go Peter Onjack, Gansgta 1. And now Brad, for the first time all game, looks for check. For the finish. Did Brad save that +4 for the win? He did! Bad Brad gets it done! Improbable win, and he finishes it. Wow! Brad, I mean, that was crazy, man. There were times where you had no +4s. You really used that blue +2, green. You prevented a possible finish. I gotta say, man, that was fair from the bot. I mean, sure, you had the 3 wilds, but your wild control game is similar to what we've seen with Ash and KT. How have you been able to develop your wild control game despite not getting the +2s and the +4s early to stay at patient? We talked about your patience. It was on full display. You're getting a little bit of a feeler game in that game 1. You understand Peter's style. He switched a lot too, but you switched more. Talk to me through it, Brad. What was the key lock and key moment to win it? Peter, you got to call that a fair game, man. You had 2 +4. I think Brad's +2 chain right there ultimately stopped you from winning the game. You had the ammo. Did you rush into it too much to try to get to the last card and finish it, or Do you think it was a case of Brad with the timing of the run? He knew when to draft off you and get the win.
I mean, I thought I had enough control on it. Maybe I didn't, but it's stuff to learn on, you know? This is a new competitor for me, so just a feeler game. I'm not too worried yet. I know a lot of stuff that I need to do, but I can't say too much. I don't want to give it all away.
No, you good. Mindset's got to be we'll lock it under the run for sure. But we'll see how it goes. We're waiting for Brad's response. See, we've seen with Brad every time he's done a good job with the wild control. We saw it against Yoshi. I felt like I had to time every angle perfect. My last few cards were all blue. I didn't want to give an inch. Wow. Oh, Brad throws the gauntlet down right there. You don't see someone say that where my last few cards were all blue. Sometimes they'll say I had a lot of the blue at the deck. Brad throwing the gauntlet down early. Impressive stuff. I was impressed with Peter. He had control. I think the ultimate thing is just trying to balancing patience and control. If you can balance that, could be in a different style coming forward for sure. All right, we'll go to game 2 now. Brad will be off. Oh, wait for Caesar to start. He's typing. Hold on. Hold on, keep going. I got you. Yeah, patience is a virtue. Both these guys will have to exceed that. All right, Peter, Brad, game 1's over. What we're going to find out here from game 2. Caesar, please do the irons. Brad, how many? No, 13. I think I know where you're going with this one. Yeah, I know. Yeah, 100%. 100%. And we started out. We see KT do this. We see Lamas do this. We see R do this. We see Nash do this. The 13-12 special. Brad's finding. Brad's one of those guys. He doesn't try to reinvent the wheel, Caesar. He'll copy some people. And imitation is the best form of flattery, my friends. Rare green 0 switch. So now I think the light switching will come into play a little bit. Both guys have been very aggressive with it. Brad a little bit more. Peter now ties it up on the 9s with the switches. 9 apiece. Reminder to the fans at home, this is a best of 7 series. 1 power play. And of course, the winner of this game, the winner of this game will get capped, excuse me. And if we get to a game 5, so basically if Peter wins this game, Brad will get that 100th game. But we'll see. Brad try. Maybe he just wants to finish him off. We'll see. It can be a good game. I think we got a lot of good rhythm off that first one. A lot of ammo was used off the first play too, the first game. So we'll see. Brad looking to move now. Really looking to move. No blue. No JT blue. The happily wed man. That is JT. Just got married. We'll give him a shout out probably later tonight. Peter now going to go a little Gansgta move. Go back to that green, 2 color. And he forced Brad out. Brad, did he come party trip 7? No, big move from Peter right there. No trip 7. Now Peter has the advantage with the possible color, but he's got to pick the right number. Okay. So Peter's going to go isolation. That's pure KT classic stuff right there, Caesar. And you got to remember, Peter played me in a couple cups, about 3 or 4. Brad definitely knows how to play KT style in a sense. Oh no, little mistake there from Peter. Not too big, but a little bit. I'm not sure why it didn't register. Might have been the spacing on the and, I think. That might have been it. That's a little weird. It won't matter anyway. Oh, well. That's why. I was going to say. Wrong color. All right, wrong number. Wrong action card. I got you. Yeah, bot usually don't miss, so I was a little worried about that. But okay, let's start it up again. We'll restart it in a way. After a new color, we go to Sanford. Resetter. Like I said, we're still learning the kinks of this commentary system. It takes a little bit to know with the misplays and whatnot. And it doesn't mean just because they misplay doesn't mean they have the card. That's the nice thing about this bot. You got to figure it out. Brad throws a little heat check. Ties the game back up now. 8's up. Red 9. Okay, ends the Allen. Peter trying to control an ammo well. Brad runs with it too. Now Peter's going to try some of that nasty control. Let's see. Brad's ice. This is what Peter needs. Yep, and now he's got some greens. Can Brad get off the green quick? He does, back in the yellow. And now it's Brad with an advantage right there, just like that on the triple play, and ties it up. He's got some leverage. Did Peter like that? Did Peter like that ISO play? Here comes a +2 combo. But not a finisher. So the Peter goes trip play. Couple +2s off the board. But a lot of ammo in Brad's direction with the bad Brad blue deuce closeout. Now Brad. Plenty of action cards here, possibly off the back end. 3 wilds, 4 +4s. Plenty of +2s working. Let's see what he's got. Brad trying to get this up 2-0 here. He doesn't want to get into a 1-1 situation unless he has to. Brad really taking that time. Brad loading up here. Brad really loading up. It got to be something off the back end here, Caesar. You got to think this is Brad. He goes into that triple play. Yep, there it is. So there was something lurking. We go into blue 0. A little rare switch. Does Brad have anything cooked up special right here? Very patient is Brad. Does he have a +2? +4? Brad's known for patience, man. This is his game. Yeah, that's once again, Caesar. We talk about it with Brad. He's developed this patience game that only a few can match, and he's done it again. But Peter's going to have to respond to this. He's got to think about, hey, you know what? If he's going to play patient, how do I speed him back up now without killing the ammo usage? Double Chomic. Tough one for him. Into red now. Brad baited it a little bit. He'll run into it, though. And now Peter is iced. Oh, no, that's what Brad needed. That's what he needs, Caesar. Momentum shifting for Brad now. Does Brad have a finish? Brad for a double. Looking for the quad for the finish. No. But he's got check. Well, this is a big moment. Peter's got to think stop here. See, this could be a big moment. This is a big moment in this series. You don't want to fall down 2-0 to a guy who's out of control right now. In control, but in a way out of control, because we have said this since the start. Once he lost, there's nothing. It's that game. Brad for the win. He got it with the number of fish. Are you kidding me? He does the Peter on Peter. Are you serious? Damn. Let me go to Brad. Wow. Brad. That control, man. Lethal control, my friend. That was insane. That was insane. Lethal, we saw with Brock and Nick was the raw number, but you pulled it on Peter, the master of it. Talk to me about that look, man. When you saw Peter at Uno right there, when he gave you that double +2 combo, he basically forced your hand. How did you stay patient knowing that, hey, there's more ammo off the board? I have most of the possession share. Are you developing your game using possession share tactics on ammo? Talk to me through it, Brad. Peter, I don't know what to say, man. The sad part is I think you had control of this game again. The +2s worked. Everything was working. And then ultimately, Brad just found a way to stay patient. Have you figured out a way to speed up Brad, or is it a case where he's almost playing into your style a little bit with the number efficiency?
I'm trying here.
This is crazy.
I mean, there's no question. This is why he's number one. But I mean, it's tough. It's very tough for me to get reads. I think I have something and I run with it. It's just a matter of trying to find those pinch points, because I think it's bit me these past couple of games. I've been able to get down to Uno with perfect ammo control, but I just don't have that long run of a finish to really that long card chain at the end to win the game, and I think that's what I need to try and find. And I have gotten lucky so many times with number efficiency on Uno. It was coming back to me at some point, so that was only fair that I played the wrong card.
And you gotta say, I mean, you're doing a great job down there. You've had the skips, you've had the +2, wild plus. It's been a fair game. I can't really pinpoint where the ammo's gone. We've had control, but I think Brad said it best, right? I had a lot of ammo, and you have good control. He had to play around the control, and it's like a controller on Xbox replaced. You gotta know when to press the right buttons, and Brad's doing just a little bit better job. Not by much, though. We'll see, because these are high-tier packages. We know. We'll see what Peter will throw here. But Caesar, right now you got to be impressed with Brad. I mean, he is starting to round into form right here. Up 2-0. Where do you think Peter can improve? Or do you just think Brad is just looking formidable? We know Brad, with the power play in the back pocket, this could be over quick. That's how Brad likes to play it sometimes with the power play. He can usually a lot of flexibility moving forward. I'm impressed right now. What are you seeing that I may not be seeing in this early 2-0? Take a little sip here. I mean, you got to think right now for the fans at home. Yeah, Peter Onjack wins this game if he can come back. This would be a big win for sure. I don't know what Peter can. He's just generally playing as best he can offer. Brad, he's on another level. We saw this with Ashley. We've seen it with a lot of rookies, right? Tapir's been on this level. Nam, Tomic in the early part of the year. Abion when he was cooking. Rookie by label, man. They ain't rookies by heart, though. By label, sure, but they're starting to work into master territory or legend territory in the case of Brad. We'll see him in the Legends class next year. Most likely we're going to see Ashley, and who knows, maybe not. We'll see. A lot of those guys had insane seasons. All right. Let's get to game 3. Caesar's back, so it's going to be Brad. Brad now his Arctic joins us. Maybe I can get co-con with him. Brad's going to wait here. We'll see what Peter will do. Peter, free board, boss. What do we got? Brad up 2-0.
2 words, 8 letters, full send.
Let's go, baby. Full send from the gangster. Art, you're going to join us here, so you're going to be my co-com. You haven't missed much, man. 2-0, great first 2 games were fantastic. Brad using a lot of control as Peter will start us up, waiting for Caesar.
I just got
Chama Green, we just mentioned him. We're going to send him, man. This is a big moment here. If Brad wins this game, especially if he can win this game naturally with no power play, this could be an all-she-wrote moment. Oh my goodness. Nothing art from Peter. Maybe.
Or he has something and he's just not going to force a move here automatically.
Yeah, I think that's what I think's happening. This is something a lot of players don't do. This is something I know for a fact I do. Don't force something, and that's what you want. You force the other opponent to switch into something.
Oh.
Okay, now this could be this could be 2 things. It could be a bad hand, and he's looking for some stuff, or he's just trying to play this out. This is interesting.
That is sort of interesting here. Already drawing twice.
There is the 20 back rule, but like I said, we have the CH. We can validate that if we need. Caesar, go ahead and update Yoshi and Vapor a 23-hour and 43-minute reminder. Yeah. Go for it. Somebody please do that. Thank you. They should be in Yoshi Pod. Yeah. All right, we'll go now to Yellow 7, the creator. Grim. And a monkey. Yeah, just let me check that. 1 second. Yeah, Johnny, thank you, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, just get those guys in the Yoshi pod. Appreciate you.
Here we go. Now we
Yeah,
are
now,
seeing some cards from Peter.
now Peter's playing. You got to think, you saw Peter the last round. Yeah, he looked great. He looked fantastic, right? One at home, but this is Brad, man, on this bot. He's just been able to round into the patience game. We talk about this bot. Patience is almost everything. The old bot, maybe not. Here, this new, but you got to know when to be patient. You got to know how to ice.
Yeah.
ISO is key.
Well, I think you gotta look at it for both players here, and I think there's some similarities going with both guys. Really, I don't think there's any huge differences on. It's just except for their play styles. They could play really interesting styles here, and that's what we are gonna. That's what we're already seeing in the first 2 games.
Yeah, Peter, he still has nothing. This is. I know what he's doing. I know what he's doing. Now I'm not going to say I know what he's doing, but the thing is, it's going to depend if Brad has that connector. Because if he doesn't, this is a good style from Peter to play. The patience game, using that pace control, is not the worst move in the world. I like what Peter's doing. The thing is, does Brad have the connecting card? And right now he doesn't. So this is a workable move from Peter. I think he's in a good spot here, believe it or not. Most people would think, nah, there's no way. But I know what he's doing. He's playing very, very pace controlled, not trying to push the throttle too hard and end the game. It's a fine line, though, Art. It's a fine line between heaven and hell with this style. It's very heaven or hell bent. You can see here, he can't do much, right? There's no blue 7 coming back, so this is just a pure draw.
Yeah, that's a pure draw, really. But Brad's able to connect something here.
Well, he hasn't been able to connect those actions because all we've seen is just numbers, right? That's all we're seeing. We'll exclude the reverse. Now this is where the style could get a little tricky. Now this is where it can get tricky when you make the light switch and it helps Brad. That this is. Well, it's been fair then. If Peter legit has nothing, Brad hasn't shown anything. He hasn't shown anything either. I mean, this is a fair game now, Art. This has to be a fair game because the bot has basically said, hey, you know what? I'm not going to give anybody ammo in this game. How do you approach it? That's a skill game because you can see that's what we're aiming towards here.
Yeah, and the one power card that has been used is just, again, that reverse, but that's really not that big of a deal when you think about it in a big picture here. So right now,
usually with a game like this, Art, it favors Peter with number efficiency, but the problem is this also favors patience, and Brad is extremely patient, knows when to time things. Defensive from Peter, good move. Is he out, though? Does he risk the switch? Does he risk it?
Does he try to risk it?
That'd be a ballsy call to risk a switch right here.
Unless he could try to do something here, but nope. He's gonna play it cool here.
Here comes Brad. What's he got?
Brad might have a move here.
Brad trying to find something. A little double play. Okay.
Wait a minute.
Wait. Hold the phone. Is that Brad for the finish?
Or Brad with a finish.
He got it, bad Brad. Wow. No +2s, no +4s, no wilds. Patience is a virtue. It worked out. Let me start with Peter. Peter, I knew what you were doing, right? You were playing with the pace throttle, right? Playing with the control. I thought that was the right move because, let's face it, he had nothing the whole game. Neither did you. It seemed like. Did you actually get good draws and were just trying to time the run, or do you think he got too comfortable and just couldn't play it and didn't expect Brad to pop off like that?
Let me check my opening hand real quick. I had some stuff. It didn't really work out. I got a little greedy with the blues earlier, probably than I should have been. That kind of limited my options there late. I finally pinched him with the greens and was starting to get some stuff going, but he got the card he needed, and simple as that.
Yeah, I just don't even know what you did wrong there. I really don't know. I thought that was the right strat, and it looked good for you, right? He really had nothing going. There was no +2s. The bot played it fair, right? Did you have any +2s or anything, Peter? I didn't have. Did you have anything? Anything special?
I did. too greedy with the blues. It limited my opportunities.
Oh.
I didn't want to leave a door opener to get, plus aided.
Wow.
Something crazy like that. So
You know what?
It
was a
happens.
connecting.
It happens, man. It's the misreads, right? And Brad, if the one thing you've been able to do since that M loss, right, and the KT losses, the one thing I've seen, excluding the Yepes game that was old bot, right? The one thing I've seen you've been able to do the whole season is make correct reads since that March loss and since that April. How have you been able to read this bot? Because your reads are just starting to get really crisp right now, like a honey crisp apple. What's been the difference on these reads, knowing you were able to say, hey, okay, Peter's playing this controlled style? Where did you try to lead into number efficiency? Because basically what won you the game is those blues, right? The open and blue stanza. If that goes a little differently, maybe you lose, right? So talk to me about how the reads in your game is working and your thoughts on that clean game from the bye. It pretty much came down to skill. I mean, there's nothing else to say, Art. When there's no ammo really for either side, and in fact Peter had the ammo with the +2s, then it's a fair skill game for sure.
Yeah. Yep, that's pretty much it.
Caesar, this is different stuff from Brad. Say your thoughts on what Brad's doing here, because we're supposedly I don't know. We're supposed to get Brad's game 100, but I don't know. He might finish it earlier. We'll see. Try to plan around not being stuck at the almost until he's almost landing. I got good draws. Well, we'll see what happens. If Brad close it out, we'll get his game 100th next round, or does Peter have something special?
I just realized not even that green skip. Like half the cards he drew in that whole stretch when I was running him down were green, so he didn't build up any sort of log either.
No, he didn't build up any data. Brad just... It's crazy, Peter. I mean, he plays one of the most unique styles you'll ever see in the game of Uno. It really is like a... I don't know. It's like a low grip track, and he just knows how to find the grip. I mean, I don't know. That's just Brad. That's how he plays it. I also didn't have any wild. No one did. I mean, no wilds, no +2s. There was no regular. Yeah, there was no regular draw city. I would say there was no common draw city. No real ISO. It was just a game we had not seen in a long time. We don't see that often, but we caught it there. It was a rare skill game, and it came down to who had just a little bit more of the efficiency, and that was it from Brad. That's all I got. Congrats to him. He's up 3-0.
Pretty much. I think that you hit it right on the noggin there. That's pretty much what we just saw there.
Well, low grip Brad doing the job. I mean, Caesar, I knew he's going to type and watch. What is there anything we're seeing? It's just Brad's ability, man. He has this innate ability to find the limit, but then also not go over the limit and just hit the sweet spot every time. We've seen this with Ashley. We've seen this with him. Those two are definitely the two players to watch moving forward. They know how to find the sweet spot. Just run. All right, let's get to game 4. It's open board again, Peter. 15 didn't work. No sender. It's still open, but what do we got here? Big one.
Down 3-0. Got really nothing to lose, so it's back to the OG.
Nothing to lose, OG. Peter looking to get this win, and we will have game 100. If not, does Brad sweep and pull out the brooms first sweep of the round? We'll find out. It's going to be reverse. Or I don't even know what to say, man. I mean, this can go fast. Brad could pull a power play, and it's over, right? I mean, now there's not much you can do. I thought Peter had control of those first 2 games. That was the only game he didn't. The first 2 he did, though.
Yeah, I think you're pretty much it right there, but we'll see here if Peter could try to figure out something here, but if Brad could have something here and it could be all over real quick.
Brad has looked formidable since that M loss. He's looked like a different player. We saw it against JT and Ellison. The man was down 3-0 against JT. Tried some interesting tactics. We were laughing at in his face. But ultimately, he shouldn't have won that game. Actually, he shouldn't have won. JT missed the power play. But from that moment on, ALP where he had nothing, he found a way. He found a way against Smith. He found a way against Toaster Guy. And then he just absolutely cooked Yoshi. I mean, he's done everything right. The last tournament, he found a way, despite a little bit of by-island heaven, just to get enough to get back to the 1 plate, the 1 seed line. He's done everything right this year, and I think he's got to respect the sense that Brad is playing this patience game, and I've got to figure out how to control it, right? That's the key. You can't speed up Brad and try to control it, but even that's not working. So we'll see where the desperation kicks in. Here comes Brad looking for a switch. Yep, that was coming.
Yeah, knew a switch was coming. We'll just see if either Peter goes with it or is he about to pull a switch of his own.
Peter's got to find something here. He's been trying tooth and nail. He's going to go aggressive. I don't think this is the worst play. You're down 3-0. The question is, does Brad have anything on the back end?
Oh, he's going power
That's
play.
it. I think that's it, boys. Bad Brad, are you serious? Double play, looking for the triple, looking for the quad, and I think it's going to be another win with no +2s, no +4s. There's the Chomik. Bad Brad, what game 100, son? We'll see you next round for that. Brad gets it done. A 4-0 sweep. Break the Broomsard. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yeah, grab him out. It is a sweep.
Wow, Peter, that is a tough way to end your season, man. But ultimately, another game where did you get caught out one turn where you could have had ammo, or you got to just live and die by the sword at 7 cards? That can happen, son. He didn't have any +2s the last game. It was just only took 9. Oh, God. Thoughts on that, Peter? I don't know what to say, man. That was crazy from Brad. Just good stuff. I don't even know.
You can't expect a run like that in a 7-card start. I mean, you can, but it's so unlikely that it caught me off guard. I mean, I had something, but I wasn't in a position to +4 him yet. Next turn maybe, but like it didn't feel right. I mean, he had me beat. There's a reason this guy's number 1.
Yeah, man. I think the difference between when you played me as a number 1 player and Brad is there's one difference, right? This new platform, it really is about control. The old platform, you could get away with so much stuff. But, Peter, what was your thoughts on your overall? You had a good year, right? You beat myself and Art. Those are probably your 2 highlight wins. You had a lot of great memories in the Cup. And I think the bigger thing for you, looking forward to next year, 2 things for you probably. The card history is coming back, which is, I know you've been a big proponent of that. And the live analytics as well. We might be getting that as well, which could definitely help your game. But thoughts on the overall season, man, despite not making Super League back-to-back, what were some takeaways on this season? Go for it.
I've still learned a lot. I mean, I don't think it's a bad season per se. I mean, statistically it might, but I had a lot of series that went long, unlike this one. But, I mean, I learned a lot, and I just got to roll it over into next year. I just got to stay fresh with the bot over the off-season and do some studying up on some of these players, because I know some of them have caught me off guard, even from experienced ones to ALP in Tournament 1 who had zero experience coming in. So it's the beauty of this league.
It's deep, man. It's the Cup Series, right? We always say it. It's a deep field of sharks, and that's what we wanted when we established this league. You've been an OG, right? It went from the Xfinity Series last year to freaking Cup Series this year. It got pretty stacked now. Anybody from first through 40th really can win. It's nice. But Brad, let me go to you. Obviously, Brad, you're a racing fan too. Brad K, of course. But what was the difference today, man? Caesar's impressed. I know Art's impressed. I'm impressed. What was just the ultimate difference, more than the ammo control, more than the patience? Did you have a little bit more of an understanding on the bot in the sense that, hey, I know how to win games with reverses and skips. You did it against ALP with basically no action cards for the last 3 games of the series. Are you just better with low ammo and you'll be able to cook more compared to the high ammo where you have to time it out? Does it give you a little bit more thinking power? Because there were times where Peter in game, I thought you would have lost it. I thought, oh man, it's Peter's all day, but the patience came back in. And your thoughts on playing Cap? What a insane match that's going to be. Cap versus Brett. Or that. How do we preview that one? Brett, feel free to type your thoughts, man. Post game thoughts on Peter. But what do you think? Brad Cap, is that for a chance at a number 1 player? I mean, insane, incredible.
There's gonna be something to look at for the next round. I think we're all looking forward to that.
See, that is the highest rated matchup of the year, Super League. The number 1 player versus that's a top 5 showdown. It doesn't get much better than that. I mean, it don't get much better than that. Top 5 showdown. And of course, we had KT Ashley at the beginning of the year, which maybe coming in could have been a 1 or 2, but that was different. We had no rankings. Now we have rankings. Is this the biggest match since then? Would you call it right there? Is this the biggest match since then? Brad Cap, winner moves on. Nothing to lose. 2 tournament winners. That's just explosion waiting to happen. We'll wait for Caesar. It don't get much bigger than that. Or what's your preview for that game before we sign off? Brad Cap.
Man. Really, I got no idea right now. I think that's just going to be a matchup that is a must-see sort of game.
No, it is. It's going to be a must-see sort of game. And boy, oh boy, I'm going to wait for Brad's thoughts here. And we're going to see. Brad's going to get game 100 off the top, man. Game 1, Starburst 16 will be his 100th game. Took him. It took him. What is this? Is a 14 series to get a sweep, but he got his first sweep. And man, Peter, I think you got to respect this guy too, man. When we had our Super League field last year, we only needed 8 wins to get in the Super League, right? 7 wins maybe. This man's won 11 games in a tournament. I mean, he's not slowing down, and you got to understand, these rookies are they're getting better, and they're just learning the game quicker than we learned it even on the old platform in the league. Your thoughts on just this rookie class? I know you don't see a lot of them, but Brad for sure, Tapir, Ashley, Nam, just your thoughts on them before we sign off as well.
It's good to see because it keeps all of us old guys on our game. I mean, we'd get accustomed to each other, and it'd be predictable. It's been hard to predict this year. There's been so many upsets, so many surprises. It's making these streams worth it.
Yeah, I agree. I think Art and I both discussed this, man. It's just we have to stay on guard, and it's been hard, right? We have to find more packages than I have so many packages. I could bust out 500 packages, right? But the problem is these guys, they just continue to amaze me. Well, I gotta go deeper. I gotta dig deeper under the rug and see if there's anything else under the shovel. It's incredible, man. It makes us work harder, right? And as you start to get more wear and tear on the league, because this is a young league. It's only a year and a half. It's very young. It's only going to get better. And who knows what's going to happen next year, Peter, when we got guys that we have no idea from D2. Who knows what's going to come in next year? That's a whole different beast for sure.
Yep, that's really going to be something interesting to think about.
Let's wait for Brad here. We'll wait for Brad. Let's go into that pod. As I mentioned, what a showdown. Top 5 show. Number 1, Brad. Number 5, Captain. Number 1 in this region versus number 4 in this region. Cap kind of underseeded because of some unfortunate escape, but we know Brad is going to have to adapt to have 5 through 7. Cap loves that package. For Cap, can he adjust to the higher stuff? I would say yes, but it's really 11's been the limit for him all season. So we'll see what Brad will do here. He's done a good job, and continues to amaze a lot of people, Art, for sure. He's continuing his monstrosity on this season. 11 times now he's done it. All right, well, that's it for that. Waiting for Brad to type something out. Peter will give it, I'm sure, a very respectful quote coming in. Great season for him. Maybe not the season he wanted, 4 and 5, but he did get the KTR wins. 2 wins he can appreciate. The ALP loss was tough, but he found a way. Gave Sanford a little bit of a test, but ultimately it came down to just Brad with the patience game. They figured it out, and congrats to him. Just waiting on his answer here. And we'll close it out. Next game will be Cody Lamas versus Ghost. For Ghost, trying to get the win here. Right? Trying to keep his Super League dream alive. Had a lot of carnage. We lost Lane. Lost Chomik. Right? We lost Tapir, but he should be safe. And then, of course, we lost a big trio, in my opinion, the Seth Abion DJ trio. Unfortunately, the season ended for Stingray, which was a tough one to see. Monkey, at this rate, is just on pins and needles. I think it's over for him, barring something ridiculous. We have Bowtie still lurking hard. No idea what's going to happen with Toasty. William Brock tonight, The Rock. Can Cody make a surprise? Caesar's lurking out there in the next round. I don't even know what to think of Radin. Who knows on that? And who knows what we're going to see with Vintage House Money Allen, who looks to be back. A lot of great storylines into this next round. But this one, Brad Cap and Ashley Yepez, are you kidding me? Those 2 games alone are going to be the highlight games, and we could see another one too. In JT Sanford, the trilogy, they're going to reignite the war. Do we see a Nam Yoshi battle? Is there a chance Is there a slim chance? We've talked about college football, right? Do we see the Rock from Georgia versus BYU? We'll see if Vapor can get it done. A lot of great stuff. I know this was a sweep, but Peter still played very well. Got my first career sweep. It only took 99 games. And I got my 11th series win. One step closer to the Super League double bye. Captain will be tough next round. First fifth overall in the round of 16. Hopefully I can avoid the 100-game curse win, but Captain's not easy to play. I think having home field would be big this series. That game might decide number one over. I know I have 11 wins, but the season's not over at all. Yeah, that's a mindset right there, Caesar. That's a mindset and a half. This man is ready. He's locked in. He's looked good, Art. What can you say? It's Brad. He's definitely one of the most formidable guys in the league. Don't let that mustache profile picture fool you. It's bad, Brad. Well, for myself and Art, who came in late to help commentate, appreciate the homie. Caesar for reffing the game. For, of course, non-puzzle Dan, appreciate you guys as well coming in, Retta. I want to give one last congratulations to the two chefs in the kitchen. Of course, Chef Peter, Chef Brad, but it really was Master Chef Brad. The Masquerade May winner is Dancing in Space. Truly a phenomenon we have not seen in a long time. 11 series wins. Only Ashley has more, 12. Now, it ties Nam actually with 11. These rookies have come to play. What will happen tonight? Cody Lamas, Ghost up next, and then the big one, Nam and Brock. Can Brock find a way, or does Nam continue the momentum? We'll find out later. See you at night. Cody Ghost, 5:30.